After last week's game in New England, the Saints march home to New Orleans. Can the Giants win their first game at the Superdome since 2005? Find out next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in, they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is now one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. And we get a look at Jameis Winston ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints.
This is a big change for everyone in the Bayou country because Drew Brees is no longer the starting quarterback, so there'll be a new starter for the first time since 2006 for the Saints. Jameis Winston, as we all know, unlimited potential, has a 5,100-yard season on his resume in Tampa. But turnovers,
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It would appear these guys aren't fooling around. A big play on the second play from scrimmage.
Well, last night at our meeting, you said you thought that they would test the secondary early. But I don't know if you meant it on the second play of the game. I thought you meant, as we get into it a little bit, they decided to just come right out swinging.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Running with Kamara. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 24 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
This on for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Throwing, Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. A first down carry for Barkley. Muscles him off. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Play action now. Winston. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Winston.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive.
And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, Jones. Touchdown, Giants! Evan Ingram, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gano for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Azeez Ojulari showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Winston now from the 50. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On fourth down, the Saints bring on their new punter for 2021, Blake Gillikin. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Jones throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. And this one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Giants' 25-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Jameis to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Rosa on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
They'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jones. He's going to take another shot here. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones completes it to Evan Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Shepard deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. He's going to go up top again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Darius Slayton as the first half is winding down. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Gano now to add the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now on first down. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Rosa's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points there in CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We begin with the big matchup of the weekend. Andy Reid's current and former squads. Kansas City taking on Philadelphia. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Tyreek Hill, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Ezekiel Elliott, 3 touchdown runs. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
The Giants needed and went out and got a bona fide #1 receiver in Kenny Golladay from Detroit, where he spent 4 seasons and twice went over 1,000 yards. He'll really help the young quarterback, Daniel Jones.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And no one happier to see that than the Giants fans themselves. Saquon Barkley was used a lot his rookie year, 91 catches, which was a record for NFL rookies. That fell off to 52 in 2019, and then, of course, the injury in Week 2 at Chicago last year prevented him from reaching those heights.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there.
Still first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down, Kamara. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 53 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux, but that's a nice grab there to pick up the 1st down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tay Crowder able to make the play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, this is Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
Now Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
And how about for Alvin Kamara? Another great year that he's coming off of as an all-around player, but especially as a pass catcher. 81 receptions each of his first 3 NFL seasons. Last year added 2 more to finish with 83, the most by any running back in the NFL. An awfully dangerous man in the open field.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ty Montgomery. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Again, it's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason, it shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
The target that time, Michael Thomas. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. So part one of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for two.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with a lead if they make a play.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Winston to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game before.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Winston now. It's brought in by Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Kamara try the right side. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Rosai's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So now Jones and the Giants down 29-28, 50 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Jones. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And bulldozing his way through. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Second and 11 now.